Hey everyone, how are you doing? I'm John David West, and welcome to Theater for the New City's weekly reading series TNC on the Air, where we present live performed readings of new works. It's all about the writers, and today's writer is Cyndy A. Marion with her play You Are Perfect. It's directed by Daniel Desotelle, and it features Nancy Wolfe, Emily Desotelle, and Dan Yaiullo. So tonight's cast and directors come to us from the John Desotelle Studios, and they're in Midtown Manhattan. So check them out. Go to the website, and you can learn all about John Desotelle Studios. And I want to thank Judith Feingold. She's just been a joy to work with. She's a director, and she's the reading coordinator at John Desotelle Studios. So I feel like I'm doing like advertisements. I'm really not. It's just like they're good people. So, oh, and a fun fact, you guys, this is really cool. Tonight's performance features Nancy Wolfe, and she was in the 1976 version of Helter Skelter. Is it back in 1976? So, check it out. Actually, you could do a double feature maybe after tonight. So anyway, I hope you're keeping well, and thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate it, and we love performing, and we love performing even on Zoom while our theaters are closed. So thank you. I just want to give you a quick reminder to head over to the theaterfornewcity.net website, and there you can see what's playing at Theater for the New City. And also, while you're there, you can join our mailing list and maybe donate a little money if you can. Just give what you can. Any amount helps. So thank you for your donations in the past, and thank you for your donations in the future. We really, really appreciate it, and desperately, desperately need it. Trust me. So here's what's coming up at Theater for the New City. This Saturday is another edition of Open Those Shut. It's our live performance outside on 10th Street between 1st and 2nd Avenue, and it's live outside on the sidewalk. Audience stand on the sidewalk and they can watch the show. It's a lot of fun. It's at 2 p.m. and just head over to Theater for the New City, and it's like an hour long. It's so East Village. It's really cool. And then on March 28th, we have something different. We're doing a live radio show or a radio play. It's titled Her Tennessee Waltz, and it's written by Toby Armour and directed by George Ferens. It's live at 7:30. It's a radio show, and you just you head over to theaterforthenewcity.net, and boom, there you are. And then on April 15th, we're back at TNC on the Air, and our buddy Dan Moldovin, who recently did a show here, he's coming back with a new play titled Malam. And then on April 29th, Lissa Mora, who's also a TNC regular and a TNC on the Air regular. I think this is like 5th show. She's doing a musical, and this one's titled The Boy Who Listened to Paintings. Very interesting title. So you have to come back and check that out. 7 p.m. Thursdays. So again, head over to our website and you'll see all the things that are happening, all the shows that are coming up. And if we have like in-theater performances, I'm hoping soon that will happen. So we'll keep you posted. Just head over to the website and check it out. And I guess that's it. So let's do this. I just want to let you guys know that there will be a 30-second intermission. So you have like enough time to, I don't know, check your Twitter and maybe do a couple Instagram stories, and then it's back to the show. We want to see you watching the show. Well, of course we won't be able to see you because it's virtual, but anyway, I'll stop babbling. Here we go. You Are Perfect by Cyndy A. Marion, directed by John Desotelle, featuring Nancy Wolfe, Emily Desotelle, and Dan Yaiullo.
There's no point in your visit.
I hear you recently spoke with Charles Manson.
What can you do? Push religion? That's the last thing I need.
What did you talk about?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Susan, what did you talk about with Charles Manson?
He said I looked good.
He advised you.
Charlie doesn't advise. I just do what I do.
Did he command you to do something?
Charlie doesn't command anyone to do anything he never has.
I've been following your story.
Who sent you? The church? Social services?
Nobody sent me.
Well, then why are you here?
I work with the New Beginnings program. We help young women like you get back in touch with your goals, help you refocus.
It's over for me. I'm retracting my grand jury testimony. I am not going back on that stand.
Susan, if you retract your statement, you'll face the death penalty. You'll also lose all credibility. The state won't care what happens to you.
I don't care what happens to me. But the others? If I'd kept my mouth shut, we'd be... But no, because of me and my big mouth, we're in jail. I deserve to die.
You don't deserve to die. You're just scared.
Scared of what? Charlie?
Oh, you move so well. You're so fluid, in tune. Hey, what's your name?
Susan? What's yours?
Charlie? Charlie Manson. Feels like the world is spinning, doesn't it? Hey, you ever think about that? Just how we move in relation to the earth?
Not really. I just move in whatever way comes natural to me.
Well, I like you, Susan. Susan what?
Atkins?
You are beautiful, Susan Atkins. Look at yourself. The way you move, I mean, just the way you are. You are perfect. Look. You want to make love with me, Susan Atkins?
Yes.
You made love with him. I understand. If he'd made me feel that way, I'd have made love with him too.
He was like a father. But more than a father. Much more than my father, anyway.
It must have been hard.
Yeah. I didn't have a daddy, but I had sex with more men than you can count on 2 hands.
Tell me about your father.
I don't know you. Why should I tell you anything?
You don't have to.
All right, listen to me. We have to be ready. It's coming down. I know it's coming down. I can feel it. The heat, the tension. Helter skelter. Now, Blackie is going to try and have his way with us, and we got to be ready for him. Do you hear me? Do you all hear what I'm saying? You got to get up off your lazy butts and get it together. Yeah, I'm going to get myself a buck knife. Carry it with me. See, that's a good idea. You can never be too careful. Hey, Sadie. I want you with us tonight.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Dinner. I'm hungry. It's almost time to eat.
I brought you something.
Are you trying to tempt me?
I thought you might enjoy some real food.
Salami. I love salami. And on rye. Wow. Can't remember the last time I had a sandwich this good.
Go ahead, enjoy. Glad you like it.
I love it. Been stuck on soda water ever since I gave up alcohol.
I'll bring you some more. Anything else?
I could use a good pair of sandals. Showers here are killing my feet.
You're on.
Thanks.
When did you stop drinking?
Charlie doesn't allow alcohol. He doesn't like things that cloud our minds, and alcohol shuts us down.
Charlie has a big influence on you.
God, this is good.
You think very highly of him. It must be hard being apart.
I'm always with Charlie. In fact, he's right here in this room right now.
Really? What's he doing?
Sending vibes.
Vibes?
He's telling me to get a buck knife. That I'm going out on a mission tonight.
What kind of mission?
To kill some pigs.
Pigs.
Greedy, rich, white people.
And Charlie sends you.
I'm his favorite. He knows that he can count on me.
Can he?
I would do anything for Charlie. He knows that.
Even kill?
Yes.
You told the grand jury you weren't able to kill anyone, that you tried but couldn't kill Sharon Tate.
That's right.
Then why are you retracting your statement and saying that you did?
Because I should have killed her. That's what I was there to do. That is what Charlie wanted me to do. Charlie, I've been looking all over for you. Where have you been?
Oh, there, Sadie. It's okay. It's all right.
Charlie, they shut me out. They're saying shit. I need a buzz. I need a fix, please. Charlie, I need to get high.
Hey, relax. You got a natural buzz, babe.
Not today, Charlie, please. I need something. Anything. Charlie.
Sadie. Sweet, sweet Sadie. Jesus, Sadie, look at your feet. Hey, well, it's okay. So we'll get these cleaned up in no time. There we go. That's much better. Be healed up in no time. You'll be fine for our upcoming mission.
Helter Skelter?
Yeah. I haven't mentioned it to the others yet, but we're getting real close.
Blackie's gonna rise up against Whitey?
Yeah, well, looks like we're gonna have to show Blackie how to do it. And give him a little push.
What do we have to do, Charlie?
In due time. But we're going out soon. Out for some real creepy crawling.
That's why we went to Cielo Drive. To get the murder started.
What about Gary Hinman? Wasn't his death part of Helter Skelter too?
No. Gary wouldn't give us the money we needed. For jeeps, guns. Charlie knew he had the money, but Gary refused to give it to us. He was a funny guy. We tried for 3 days, and finally Charlie told Bobby to kill him.
Bobby killed Gary. You told your fellow inmates.
I didn't kill him. I didn't even want him dead. I was just blabbing my mouth. I liked Gary. He was a friend. But he wouldn't help us, and we couldn't risk him going to the police.
Susan, if you were okay with Helter Skelter and the murders of innocent people, why did you agree to testify before the grand jury?
They were threatening me with the electric chair. The lawyer for the prosecution told me I'd be sentenced to death if I didn't testify.
So you were willing to testify to save your life, but you're not willing to do so now.
My life doesn't mean that much to me.
But you testified. Why then and not now?
There is no past. There is only now. You have no past and no future. So wipe yourself clean of that. To live in the now. The now is who you are. You are love. You are perfect. You don't need anyone, Susan. Okay, you're a free agent. Forget the past. It doesn't define you.
I wish I felt as free as you, Charlie. As courageous.
My courage is your courage. I know what it's like to be pulled down by your past. To fight it day in and day out and feel like you'll never be free of it.
I want to be free of it. Of all of it. I feel that in you. I feel that in us.
You ever want to make love with your father?
No.
Every girl wants to make love with her father. It's okay, Susan. Admitting that and, just admitting the truth will free you.
I hate my father.
Which means you love him.
No. He abandoned us. Didn't protect us. My mother died and he fell apart.
Well, he was weak. And he tried to weaken you. But you can let go of that. And him. You can be truly free of it.
How?
Well, make love with me and pretend I am your father.
Charlie.
Try it.
Do you think we'll have a new life in LA?
Oh, I know we will. We have each other. We have love. We have no past. Only now. And now is so very fine, Susan. Don't you think?
God, you make me feel so good.
Yeah, well, you are good, Susan. You're so full of love and truth. You have a fighting spirit.
I would do anything for you, Charlie Manson. One time he said, I want a coconut. I don't care if you have to go to South America to get it. I jumped up and was starting out the door when he told me to forget it. He was testing me, trying to see how far I'd go for him. A week before the Hinman murder, Charlie told me he wanted Gary dead. He said, but that's way too much for you, Sadie. That's out of your ballpark. Before I realized what I was saying, I turned to him and I said, I'll do it. I'll kill Gary, no problem. He laughed at me.
You went to Gary Hinman's to prove to Charlie that you were as strong as he was, to earn his respect.
I loved Charlie. We all did. I would do anything for him, for what we had.
Had.
It was so perfect for a while. The drive south from San Francisco, new family members, love, drink, smoke, talk. It was more real than anything I have ever known.
But things changed.
It was different after we moved to Spawn Ranch. Charlie got heavy into drugs. He was more greedy. He was taking advantage of us. I didn't recognize him anymore. And some of the girls left after the murders started.
But you still believed in Charlie.
He wanted to make things better. Protect us. He kept talking about a hole in the desert, a hiding place where we would be safe when Helter Skelter came down.
No, I'm sure he was very convincing.
Charlie is beyond convincing. Have you heard the Beatles' White Album? It's all on there. They talk about Charlie leading the world into revolution.
No, Susan, I don't think the White Album talks specifically about Charlie.
Well, not specifically. They speak in code. They hint about the coming of a new prophet. They talk about the piggies and sexy Sadie.
Your alias, Sadie Mae Glutz.
You see?
Don't you think that all the drugs you took might have affected your behavior?
Yeah. But I wasn't dependent on them. I loved how they made me feel, but I could go without them. Charlie didn't want us to, though. He liked us all high with him.
So you'd be impressionable.
So we would be totally free. But the drugs made Charlie lose control. He was making bad decisions. I wanted to help him, prove that I was still behind him, that we could get it all back on track.
You went along with the murders to please him?
My devotion to Charlie trumped everything.
Even murder?
No.
Then why did you tell your prison mates that you killed Sharon Tate?
Because I was scared.
All right, listen. It's going to get real rough in the next few months as this all comes down. We need to be ready. Only the strongest will survive.
They were making sexual advances at me.
And now, I never advise lying, but in certain circumstances, has to be done.
So I exaggerated the only story I knew to avoid being targeted.
Now, if any of you ever ends up in jail, you got to do all you can to carry your weight Make everyone fear you.
I was terrified. I thought I was going to die.
It's the only way they'll ever leave you alone. Trust me. I done my time. I know what it takes to survive. Do anything. Say anything. Instill fear in everyone, especially the inmates.
You lied to protect yourself, and they believed you.
No, not at first. They thought I was just trying to act tough. But when they realized I had all the actual details, it terrified them.
They checked out the details by reporting you to the police.
I never anticipated that. I just thought they would fear me and back off.
You didn't think about the consequences.
I wanted to shut them up, okay? Do you know what it's like having people laugh in your face? Treating you like some stupid piece of eye candy?
Actually, yes.
How could I know that they would go to the police? I didn't think about that. I just reacted. I was carrying around the story of the murders, dying to tell someone. When they kept needling me, I let it out. I wanted to shut them up, get their attention, make them see me. Just because I said I stabbed Sharon Tate to death does not mean I actually did it.
I know that. But the rest of the world, including the jury, doesn't. People think you actually stabbed and killed Sharon Tate. Susan, you have to testify against Charles Manson tomorrow. You need to explain what really happened and why you lied.
How can I do that with no support? And what about my son? How can I put him at risk? Do you have any idea what Charlie would do to him?
Yes, I do.
Then you know why I can't talk. I went before the grand jury and look what happened. They said I'd be protected, that they'd protect me. They lied.
I don't think that's true.
Is it protecting me by putting other members of the family in the cells to my left and right, where they can badger and taunt me all day and night? Snitch! Backstabber! Charlie's gonna make you pay for this. Linda Kasabian got her own cell in isolation. Nobody can get near her.
Susan, the only person who could protect you is you.
What if they can't convict Charlie?
Well, they will convict Charlie. They have your testimony and they'll have Linda's. Don't you want Charles Manson behind bars where he belongs?
Why am I picking up the scent of jail from miles away?
What are you talking about?
You high?
Charlie?
Let's just say I sense that trouble is on the way.
Are we in trouble, Charlie? I don't feel any trouble. I only feel the sun and the warmth and the heat.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with you, Sadie Mae. You're a dreamer. Always dreaming up the next scenario before you've had a chance to finish what you started.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know damn well what it means.
No, actually I don't.
You make it hard to trust you. How do I know I can rely on you?
Because you can. Sure, I like to party, but I'm serious, Charlie. You know that.
The hell have you been doing with Tex Watson?
Tex?
Yeah, Tex. I know you two been spending days together, shacked up in the back lodge, tripping out of your minds and talking about God knows what.
I like Tex, Charlie. We understand each other. That's all.
You also like my stuff. And you've been taking more than your share without asking. Now, is that the deal we made?
We'll get you some more, Charlie. It's no big deal.
No big deal to you. Rules mean nothing. You break one, you'll break others.
Charlie.
You will.
I did. I told on Charlie and the rest of the family. I betrayed them. Only the weakest person does that.
You had the courage to do what you knew was right. You can still stop them, Susan. You can stop them for good.
Only if I testify in court tomorrow. Face Charlie and the others. I don't think I can do that.
You can. You must.
You've got more faith in me than I've got in myself.
I do have faith in you, and I can help you to have faith in yourself.
I thought we had an understanding.
We do. I just want you to know there's hope. You can decide.
Here.
Do you believe in Jesus, Susan?
Not anymore.
So you did believe.
I went to Sunday school every week till I was 13. When my mother was sick, I brought the church choir home to sing to her in bed.
What happened?
Series of one too many shitty misfortunes.
So you gave up on God.
Charlie was my God.
What the fuck is the matter with you, Sadie? What were you fucking thinking?
I don't know. I just messed up, Charlie, but we went back. We got the knife. We fixed it.
You think that makes it okay? Jesus, Sadie. You gotta be more careful. Okay, this is not about you anymore. You are part of something bigger.
I know that. I don't know.
Well, you need to. You're going back out tonight.
Tonight?
Yes. And I'm coming along this time.
He was punishing you.
I deserved it. I totally messed up. I dropped the knife. I couldn't kill her. I couldn't do it. I tried. My hand just wouldn't move.
Susan, you blame yourself for not killing someone?
I blame myself for screwing things up for Charlie. I failed him. And the others. I can't do that again.
You won't testify against Charles Manson because you think you owe him something?
I owe it to myself.
What?
To follow through. To have faith.
In what? Charlie?
Without Charlie, what do I have?
Oh, Susan, you have so much. If only I can get you to see that.
Why is this so important to you?
Because I care about what happens to you.
Why? What's in it for you?
Satisfaction of trying to help a fellow human being. Is it so hard to believe that someone might actually want to try and do some good?
Yes. Everyone always wants something.
I don't want you to end up like I did.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'd give my life if I could take back some of the things I did. Believe me, my path to God was not an easy one. I know how it feels to be hurt by your family. I know the drugs take away the pain, and sex helps you forget. But these are just temporary solutions.
Yeah, well, temporary or not, nothing beats the feeling of somebody wanting you.
It's a good feeling.
I'll never forget the night I won my first go-go contest. Up there on that stage, the bright hot lights beating down on me, the heat of those eyes burning into me. I loved getting up there and making them hard. Knowing that I had the power to do that.
I loved male attention. I never got enough from my father. He was always too busy with my brothers.
I had brothers. Wasn't until my mother died that anyone paid attention to me. Wasn't the kind I wanted.
Mothers hold families together.
It was like she was the glue. Suddenly she was gone.
Your father didn't react well to her death.
He caved in. I hate him for that.
Did he take it out on you?
You could say that. It's what he didn't do that hurt the most. He was supposed to take care of us. Instead, he left it all to me. I was 15 years old. Suddenly, I found myself cooking, cleaning, taking care of my younger brother, myself, and my father.
So you left.
Not right away. I lived with it for a while. But when he started drinking and not coming home, that was it. I got out of there.
I don't blame you.
You know, at first he didn't even try to find me. Well, then a few years later he came looking. He was so pathetic. Drunk, crying, begging me to come back home with him. What kind of man acts like that? He was supposed to take care of me.
Sexy Sadie. You still have it.
You still want it?
Well, you know I do.
I'm yours, Charlie.
Funny way of showing it.
What do you mean?
Haven't been saving any for me lately.
Oh, poor old Charlie.
Hey! I'm serious.
Okay. I didn't know it meant that much to you. You've been spending all your time with that snake Diane, so...
Oh, shit, Sadie. That's just sex. It's easy, and it's free, and it's...
So damn good. I understand, Charlie. I just miss you.
You still love Charles Manson.
I want to help him. I think he lost himself in all this somehow.
What about you?
He didn't mean to hurt us.
You don't think he was putting his own needs before yours when he sent you out on a mission to kill innocent people?
No. It was all for good. It had to happen and we had to start it.
You had to start it. What about him? Where was Charlie when all these murders were taking place? Why wasn't he there with you?
You're going back out there tonight, and I'm coming with you.
Tonight? I told you I was sorry about the knife. It won't happen again.
No, it won't. I'll be right there watching you.
Charlie, please, not tonight. I need to see Zizo Z.
Yeah, well, you'll see him when I say you can. Not tonight. I need you.
You can't keep me away from my son. It's been days now. He needs me.
Damn it! Sadie, you know it's better for him to be away from you. Away from your influence. God, children need to be free from their mothers. He needs to be his own person.
He is a baby.
You want to see your baby again? Get yourself together. You're going out tonight.
Charlie believes that children should grow up away from their mothers. I just had such a hard time being away from my son. Charlie would try and help by finding things to occupy me. That's why he sent me out to Gary Hinman's, to Cielo Drive.
He wasn't trying to help. He wanted to have something on you.
He was doing the same thing with Linda. That's why he also
To
sent
keep
her.
you from talking.
I don't know what you're suggesting.
He had a plan, one in which he used and manipulated you.
No, that's not true. I told you, Charlie believes that...
He threatened you, used your own son against you.
Charlie would never...
The one thing you have in this world.
No.
The one thing you stand to lose.
What are you talking about?
Don't let Charles Manson make you a prisoner. He's trying to scare you into doing the wrong thing.
I need time. Time to think.
You don't have much time, Susan.
I have till morning.
There is no time.
There is only the present. Forget the past. You are free. You are perfect.
You're still here?
Oh, I'm glad you're awake.
It's late. Don't you need to go? Home? To your family?
I'm married, but we don't live together.
Why not?
I live at the California Institution for Women.
You're an inmate.
For the last 40 years.
I thought you were from New Beginnings.
I am. I'm also an inmate.
I don't believe this. What are you in for?
Mistake I made a long time ago.
What mistake?
One you spend the rest of your life paying for. Susan, you still have a chance.
Don't start on that again.
The court is convening tomorrow morning.
I know, but my situation is not the same as your mistake.
Maybe not, but I can still help you.
I am beyond help.
No, you're not. You just have to want it. Be open to it.
Oh, be open to God, you mean?
It's really not so hard. You're perfect in Christ's eyes. All you have to do is open yourself to him.
And how exactly do I open myself to him?
Trust. Believe. He'll guide you.
And this happened to you?
Yes.
And you encourage all the lost souls in prison to open themselves up to Jesus?
I try to help those I can.
You think faith in Christ will give me the strength to go against Charlie? Is that what this is?
Susan, you don't need Charlie.
We can never forgive Shorty. No, he was a traitor. And we killed him. We cut him up into several little pieces. So this should serve as a warning. This is what happens to traitors.
How did you learn to trust exactly?
When I realized I had nothing left to lose.
And what did you do?
I asked Jesus to come to me, to reveal himself. Eventually he did. I was lying in bed one night and felt this sensation. And the sweetest, gentlest voice was saying, invite me in. Open yourself and invite me in. I did. And this incredible feeling of warmth washed over me. All my pain, suffering, and loneliness vanished in that moment. I was reborn.
You expect me to believe that?
It happened whether you believe it or not.
And your life just changed from that moment on?
Yes. I mean, my life is still challenging. I'm still in jail. I still live with the mistakes I made. God forgave my sins over 30 years ago. The world is still punishing me for them.
You said you were married?
Yes. I've been married to the most wonderful man for the last 21 years. We were brought together by our faith.
How do you meet?
Oh, Jim wrote me. He heard about the good work I was doing in prison, said I'd inspired him to go back to school. He dropped out of college, was using drugs and drinking. He said if I could do what I'd done from behind prison walls, he knew he could get his life back on track. And he did.
And you married him?
On the ground surrounding the chapel. Among my gladiolas, I helped bring those grounds back to life.
How often do you see him?
No, never enough. I mean, we spend as much time as possible together when we're allowed, twice a week. Just because our circumstances are different doesn't mean it's impossible to have a solid, happy marriage. Jim graduated and got his law degree. He's working to get me parole.
Do you think you'll get it?
I live with that hope. But as my precious husband once told me, great people aren't born. They're made by overcoming the challenges they face in life. I am not a prisoner.
You look tired.
It was a long night.
You want to talk about it?
What's there to talk about? I'm sure Tex gave you a full report.
I want to hear it from you.
We got it done. We did what you asked us to do.
Did you?
I did what Tex told me.
How did it feel to kill those pigs?
It felt good. It felt so good, Charlie.
Well, tell me.
When it went in, it went all through me. I was killing her so that she could truly live. It was all love. The love I felt was overwhelming. I never wanted it to stop.
Did you stop?
Not until she was cold and still. Her blood was still hot and pumping even though her body was still. You could just hear the sound of blood gurgling as it was pumping out of her heart.
How did that make you feel?
I wanted to drink her blood, to dive right in and taste it, to truly taste her.
Susan, are you all right?
Yes. Just tired. Of it all. The trial, jail, me, everything. I wish I could sleep forever.
I used to wish my entire life was one bad dream, that I'd go to sleep and wake up and the next morning and nothing had happened.
I wish I could start over.
You can start over.
Now you sound like Charlie.
No, I'm not telling you to forget your past. Just accept it. With faith, you can forgive. You can forgive yourself and others.
Have you forgiven yourself?
Oh, every day a little bit more.
Are you going to tell me what you did?
Does it matter?
I'd like to know.
I'm in on murder charges.
I knew it.
Yes, same as you.
Did you do it?
Did you?
No.
Neither did I.
Then why are you still in jail?
Because I did stupid things. I didn't take responsibility for my actions. I didn't tell the truth when I had a chance. You, however, still have a chance.
A chance to redeem myself? To tell the truth on the stand and betray all the people I love?
Susan, you think they love you? What are they doing for you now? Terrorizing you with death threats.
Were you terrorized with death threats?
Yes.
And you did the same thing I did, right?
Right. All the more reason I don't want you to make the same mistake.
Okay. So let's just say I decide to testify against Charlie tomorrow. What happens then?
Charlie will go to prison for life. You'll get a reduced sentence, a chance for parole, a chance for a life. And you can probably keep your son.
Probably? Probably just isn't good enough. I can't risk everything for a probably. Are you kidding me?
We are our own God. We can't wait for someone else to take care of us. We have to take care of ourselves. Trust in ourselves. No one else is going to take care of us.
You take care of us, Charlie.
No, I help you to take care of yourself. You are self-sufficient.
I love that you take care of us.
Well, we all take care of each other. We are a family.
The only family I've ever known.
The only family you will ever need.
Charlie, what about children? Do you want them?
Oh, absolutely. You children are the gods of the earth, and they will lead us into the future. And they're pure and free and uncorrupted. We must cherish and love them and allow them to be free unto themselves. Untainted.
Let's have a baby. Make a baby with me, Charlie.
You're already pregnant, Susan.
And it's not yours. But we can pretend. Let's pretend it's ours, yours and mine. Will you father my baby?
Always.
If I don't protect my son, he will end up dead. If I testify, Charlie will find a way to get rid of him. I will never see my son again.
If you go to prison for life, you'll never see him again either.
You don't know that. How could you know that?
You won't. Court will place him in foster care. He will never even know you were his mother.
Shut up! I've had it with you and your words of salvation. You don't know me. You don't know what's best for me, so we have a few things in common. You don't know what I've seen, where I've been, what I've been through. You do not know Charlie Manson.
I'm sorry. I know you've been through a lot.
You don't know anything.
You're right. I don't.
What do you regret the most?
About what?
Everything. Your past.
I regret that I got involved with the murders. I regret I let that happen.
What murders?
You should rest.
I'm not tired.
You need your strength.
I asked you a question. What murders?
I am the Alpha and the Omega, who is, and who was, and who is to come. The Almighty.
Did you hear me?
Yes, I heard you.
Well?
Susan, I really think it's best if we focus on you. I'd rather not revisit the details of my past right now.
So I'm supposed to just lay it all out there while you say nothing?
I think it's better that way. It's almost 3 a.m. and tomorrow's a big day for you.
I don't give a shit about tomorrow. I am not testifying. Nothing you say or do will change my mind.
I know.
Well, then what's this all about?
Even I, am he who blots out your transgressions for my own sake and remembers your sins no more. Review the past for me. Let us argue the matter together. State the case for your innocence.
I should go. Your mind is made up.
No. I like the company. It gets lonely.
I know. It's really hard at first, even harder when they keep you in isolation.
Well, not so isolated that I don't get picked on by all of Charlie's girls. They find a way to get to me.
I'm sorry they bother you.
They pass notes, threaten me, talk loudly about me, make me feel like a complete outcast. They hate me, and I don't blame them.
No, Susan, be gentle with yourself.
I hate myself.
You won't feel that way forever.
I have said these things to you that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart. I have overcome the world.
What are they saying about me?
Who? The press?
Yes.
Susan,
I want to know.
I'll bring you the papers.
It's been such a hard few days. Non-stop interrogations, so many questions, so much prodding.
I know.
You've really helped a lot of people. Other women.
Yes.
It's incredible. You've been in jail almost your whole life and you choose to make something good of it.
It's one of my joys, helping others. But it doesn't take away the pain, doesn't make me feel better about all the people I've hurt.
I admire you. Your strength.
I still struggle. Faith helps, but it's a slow, hard process.
Tomorrow, I am going to go out deep into the desert. Find a place for us. Yeah, a place where no one will ever find us. Where we can be safe when all this shit comes down. And find a hole in the earth. A cave where we can hide until this whole mess is over. And then, when we emerge, we will be on top. We'll have the advantage.
I'm sorry I'm not more cooperative.
You have your reasons.
Yeah. I'm a coward.
No, you're not. You're just frightened. I think you feel alone.
Well, aren't I?
No, you've got me. You've got God.
Manson?
No.
I'm just kidding. I knew what you meant.
You really still love Charles Manson, don't you?
I just can't let him go.
What you thinking, Sadie Mae?
Well, for one, why did you make us change our names?
Oh, I never make you do anything.
Okay. Why did you suggest we change our names?
'Cause I wanted you to feel born again? Free from the past? Why? What, you don't like your name?
Well, I might have preferred something a bit sexier. Maybe something French.
What is so damn sexy about the French?
Je ne sais pas.
The hell does that mean?
It means I don't know. They just have it, I guess. Their language is sexy as hell.
Language doesn't make people sexy. No. How they move and bees what makes them sexy. They gotta have energy. They gotta have presence.
More energy than all of Europe.
You know, so do you. When you let yourself. You know, when I first met you, I wondered if you would overpower me one day.
What do you mean?
I wondered if you would supersede me.
Supersede you? How?
There's one person in this group who could take me on. It's you. It's what I love the most about you, Sadie Mae. You keep me on my toes.
What if I promise you protection?
How can you do that?
Protection for you and your son.
How can you protect us?
As wards of the state, you would be protected by law.
How can anyone or anything protect us from Charlie?
Susan, if you testify, you can make sure that Charlie gets put away for good. There's no way that he can hurt you from jail.
Do you have any idea how many people Charlie knows? Works through? He'll find a way. Jail's not gonna stop him. Nothing can stop him.
Charlie is just a man. He's not a god.
This is beyond your understanding.
I do understand. More than you know.
I needed a friend tonight.
I am your friend.
Then leave me alone.
I can't.
Please.
Under different circumstances, things will be different.
What?
With a better situation, you can make the right decision.
How do you know what the right decision is?
I don't. You're absolutely right. I can't speak for you. I can only speak for myself.
And?
In my case, I should have spoken up. I should have had the guts to tell the truth, no matter the consequences.
Are you ever gonna tell me what you did?
Yes. It was late one night. The leader of our group instructed us to get a change of clothes, preferably dark, and to meet back by the car. I had no idea where we were going or what we were going to do, but I sensed it would be something bad. I got in the car with the others. One of the main boys was driving. It seemed like we made several wrong turns, but we finally arrived at the large house at the top of the hill.
Cielo Drive.
He parked the car on the side of the road outside of the gate. We all changed into our dark clothing, got out of the car and climbed over the fence. I remember falling to my knees in the darkness. I could feel the damp, wet earth. He took off ahead of us, and I saw what looked like headlights coming down the driveway. I saw him stop by the side of the car, and a voice cried out, "Please don't hurt me. I won't say anything. I'm your friend." Then the sound of gunshots. It had all begun. There was nothing we could do but follow. From this point on, I felt like I was completely out of control of my body. It was as if I was being made to do things, and if I tried to stop or resist, I was powerless to do so. Once we were inside the house, he told me to look around and see who was there. I remember a man asleep on the couch. The man woke up and wanted to know who we were and what we were doing there. He told the man that he was the devil and was there to do the devil's business. I went toward the back, past a woman sitting on her bed and in one of the bedrooms. She looked at me and I waved to her. She waved back. Further down the hall, I saw another woman dressed in a nightgown and sitting on the edge of her bed talking to another man. They didn't notice me. He instructed me to bring them all into the living room, so I threatened them with my knife and told them to follow me.
Stop. I don't want to hear anymore.
When I got them all into the living room, he told me to tie up the man on the sofa. I didn't have anything to tie him up with, so I used an old towel and didn't do a very good job of it. He struggled to get free and started grabbing onto me from behind. I fought him as he pulled my hair, and I remember stabbing my knife into something several times. I don't know what it was. Could have been a person, could have been the sofa, could have been anything. The man from the bedroom said something. Can't you see she's pregnant? Tex shot him. Pregnant woman screamed, and he kicked her in the face. She lay on the floor. The man I was fighting with got away from me in the chaos and ran out onto the lawn. The other woman was there, also screaming for help the whole time. Tex appeared out of nowhere and told me to go back in and kill the pregnant woman while he handled them. I went back, and she was lying on the floor begging me for her life. She pleaded with me to spare her. I told her I had no mercy for her. And then I lifted the knife above my head in preparation to stab her.
I was talking to myself. When I said I had no mercy for her, I meant I had no mercy for myself.
The knife wouldn't go down. It was as if someone was holding my hand in midair. It was frozen. I couldn't move it. In an effort to make it look like I was in control of the situation, I grabbed her by the shoulders and pulled her toward me. Just then, Tex moved in and plunged his knife into her chest area. I think he got her right in the heart. She stopped moving.
Her blood still flowed. It sounded like a gurgling noise, like blood rushing out of a heart.
I went back outside. The other man and woman lay still on the lawn. They were dead. I saw Tex, and he told me to go back into the house and write something witchy on the walls with blood. I didn't want to do it, but something made me do it. I went back into the house and grabbed a towel. Sharon Tate was lying in a pool of blood. It was still fresh and flowing out of her onto the rug. I looked away while I dabbed the edge of the towel in her blood. I remember feeling sick to my stomach, but I just held it in and kept on. I remember thinking about the living being inside her, her unborn baby. I wanted so badly to reach down and take it, but I couldn't. Instead, I took the towel outside to the front door and with the edge wrote the word pig.
Death to all pigs.
I went back to Tex. Linda was already in the car. We changed out of our dirty clothes and drove away. Somewhere, I can't remember where exactly, we stopped and threw all the bloody clothes over a hillside. We then pulled up to a house where all the lights were out and looked like everyone was in bed asleep, so we turned on the garden hose to wash the blood off our hands. A man appeared and started yelling something at us. We told him we were thirsty and were just stopping off for a drink of water. And he chased after us, trying to get our license plate number, but Tex pulled away faster than he could get there. I remember wishing that he had gotten our number. I remember wishing that he would turn us in. Stop us, stop the madness.
Helter skelter.
It wasn't helter skelter. It was Charles Manson and the family gone haywire. We weren't inciting a race war. We were covering up our own mess, Charlie's mess. We just didn't know what we were really part of at the time.
Susan Atkins.
Charlie Manson.
Boy, am I glad to see you again.
I had a feeling you would be.
Yeah, you were hoping I'd come back.
Somehow I knew that you would.
Oh, we had a great night.
Oh, we did. We had a fantastic night.
I feel you, Susan.
Oh, I feel you too, Charlie.
Well, listen, a bunch of us are heading out. I got a bus. Pulling off to Los Angeles. You want to join?
Definitely. I'd follow you anywhere, Charlie Manson.
I was hoping you'd say that. I'll get your things and meet me back here tomorrow morning.
Oh, I'll be waiting.
Oh, Susan,
Yes.
I forgive you.
No, Charlie.
You can't rewrite history. What's done is done.
Leave her here.
Oh, she's coming with me.
Just leave her.
Why? So you can make her feel bad about what she's about to do. So you can fill her head with all sorts of meaningless distractions, or so you can make yourself feel better about what you did.
I will never feel better about what I did.
Oh? So all that religion stuff is bogus?
No, it gave me incredible peace when I needed it most.
It gave you another false idol to worship.
Oh, so you were a false idol. You can finally admit that, or was that just a slip of the tongue?
Oh, you never cease to amaze me. Oh, you still got that feisty spark, even at your age.
Leave her here.
Okay, make me.
Let her decide.
Ah! How? She has no say in the matter. Past is the past.
Maybe, but I can still change the way I feel about it.
So this is a battle with yourself, is that it?
This is a never-ending battle with you, Charlie.
Why? Why can't you just move on? Let me go.
Because she can't forgive you.
What?
You can't forgive him. And you can't forgive yourself.
You can't change the past. You can only change your reaction to it.
I know. I'm just not that person anymore.
What person?
You. I'm just not you anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
If I were in your position again, I would testify.
Really? And what would you say?
The truth, the complete truth, what really happened.
Well, and what did really happen?
You weren't there, Charlie, so I guess you'll never know.
No, I wasn't there. And I didn't kill those pigs. You did.
I didn't kill anyone. I tried to. Maybe I even wanted to, but I couldn't do it.
You stabbed Sharon Tate 3 or 4 times.
No, I didn't. Texted. He admitted that in his testimony. He made no pretensions about that.
You didn't stop him. Hell, you did whatever you could do to help. And you went out again the next night with me.
Because you made me. You wouldn't let me see my son.
That's not true. I wanted to go. I couldn't get enough of it all. I even bragged about it afterwards.
Because you liked the attention. You would do anything for attention. Except kill.
I wanted to kill. I tried. I couldn't do it.
Because you knew it was wrong. You knew it then, and you know it now. And you can still stop it. You're going to testify.
And say what? Charlie Manson made me do it? Charlie Manson was responsible for all the murders even though he wasn't there?
That's my girl.
No, not like that. Be honest. Tell them what really happened, how it happened, and why it happened.
That I willingly went on a mission to murder? That I tied people up even when they begged me for mercy, even when they pleaded with me for their lives?
Yes, but explain why you do this, how you came to do such terrible things.
Because I wanted to. Because I needed to.
You were forced to. You were coerced into doing it.
No, you weren't. I never made you do anything you weren't already ready to do.
You did it of your own free will. You wanted to, you needed to, and you loved every minute of it.
I did not.
Yes, you did. You stupid, blind bitch. You're so in denial, you're forever haunted by it. Why can't you accept responsibility for your part in the murders? Yes, you willingly participated in such unthinkable acts. You lied to protect Charlie instead of allowing justice to be served.
But I can change that. I can still change that. I can tell the truth. I can tell them what really happened.
How? You can't replay what's already done. Can't rewind the past.
Yes, I can. Through her. She can still testify tomorrow morning.
There is no trial tomorrow morning.
Oh, yes, there is. Talk to him. Tell him you have to go on the stand. You have to tell the truth.
There is no trial. And she can't talk to anyone. She's just a figment of your imagination. You've been dreaming her up.
No, she's not. Don't try and pull one over on me. It's too late for that now, Charlie. You can't manipulate me anymore. She's real. I'm helping her. She's one of my cases and she still has a chance.
What chance? You sealed her fate when you retracted your grand jury testimony. All it took was one meeting with me. Remember? And I had you right back where I wanted you. You were so easy to control. You were like putty in my hands.
You took advantage of me. You knew what I needed most and you preyed on that.
Oh, give me a break. You were ready to do everything you did. You just needed a little push.
Son of a bitch!
Give it up, Susan. It's pointless. You're making a fool of yourself.
Tell him, Susan. You have to tell him. Tell him it's over. Tell him you're going to testify.
I can't testify, Susan. The trial is finished.
No, it's tomorrow. You still have time. You can still do it. Don't let him try and talk you out of it. Don't listen to his lies.
Susan, it's over. There's nothing I can do.
No, it's not true. You can't. You please don't believe him. He'll say anything to keep you from.
Susan, you're sick. You're sick and you're dreaming this up.
What?
You're sick. You're dying of brain cancer. There is no trial tomorrow. The trial ended 40 years ago. This is all in your head.
No. Not possible. You still have a chance.
I'm afraid not. The trial is over, but you do have a meeting with the parole board tomorrow.
The parole board?
Yes. To petition an early release so you can spend what remaining time you have at home with your husband.
My husband?
James.
James Whitehouse, the love of my life. I'm sorry, Susan.
For what?
For letting you down. For not doing the right thing when I had the chance. For caving in.
The true sign of remorse is the determination to do what's right.
But how?
Tell the victims' families how you feel, how sorry you are. Tell the people of California, tell the world.
I want to.
You have to go before the parole board this afternoon.
Yes.
There's your chance.
Oh, I'm scared.
Of what?
Of not being heard, not being accepted, not being understood.
Just tell the truth. Let them be the judge.
You're right.
No, you are. Susan, what happens to Zizo Z? Do they take him away from me?
The court put him up for adoption. He lives free. He hasn't been touched by any of this.
Will I ever see him again?
I don't know.
I really hope you make parole.
Time can never erase the damage I've done. Words cannot express the sorrow and guilt I feel. I know I can never repay the debt I owe all of you, your loved ones, all the victims of this hideous tragedy. That won't ever be possible. But I can beg for your forgiveness. I take full responsibility for my actions in the Manson murders, for my involvement, for all of it. Whether or not I actually wielded the knife that killed Sharon Tate, I still killed her. I was there. I didn't fight for her life or the lives of the others. I didn't fight for the life of her unborn child. I didn't care about my own life, so I didn't have the compassion to care about anyone else's either. I was so dead inside that I wanted the rest of the world dead with me. I am so sorry for what I've done. I'm also sorry for what I didn't do. Know a person by their behavior, and my behavior in this institution speaks to the change that has occurred in me. I am far from perfect, but I am not the same person that I was. I will never be that person again. Can you ever find it in your heart to forgive me?
Hello, everyone. My name is Judith Feingold from the Desotelle studio. I was tonight's assistant director and I work with Nuance Theatre. I am delighted to present to you our actors this evening in the role of Charlie, Dan Yaiullo, in the role of Susan Atkins, Emily Desotelle, and in the role of Susan Atkins, Nancy Wolfe. I'd like to thank all of you out there for joining us tonight. It's tremendous fun for actors and for directors alike. Our love to you out there. We'll be back in person as soon as we can. And in the meantime, I'd like to invite you to join us both for the upcoming events for Theatre for the New City, our wonderful collaborators, and over at johndesotelstudio.com, where we have all of our upcoming readings and everything we're planning for hopefully soon. Anyway, I'd like to thank every one of our actors and you tonight and hand it over to John West.
Hello, you guys. Thank you. That was powerful. So thank you so much for being here tonight and giving us your time and your energy and creating. So I really appreciate it, and everybody at Theater of a New City appreciates it. So again, thank you, and thank you, Judith, for your time. Um, there it is. So I'm gonna sign off, but we will see you guys Saturday at 2 o'clock at Theater for the New City for Open Those Shut. And then we'll see you back here for all the Thursday nights of the future. So, big kiss and
Mwah.
thank you, cast. You are perfect.
Um, oh.